Okay. I've just gone live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's broadcast, with Pule the Sage on Abundant Mindset with Pule the Sage. Welcome on this Monday evening. You are welcome. And please remember to invite your friends, your family to join in on this movement that we have started. Welcome. I want to see the comments. I can't see the comments as the people are entering, just to welcome you. Let's just take a bit of time waiting for our other friends to join, our other members to join in. Yes, I can start. I can see some of the. Yeah, if you are seeing me, just wave, say hi so that I know you are there. Welcome on this beautiful evening with Pule the Sage for another beautiful. Oh yes, welcome Mr. Karabo Manchidi. Thank you, sir. Welcome on this beautiful evening. Welcome, Miss Tamsi. You are welcome. Thank you for joining me this evening. As we'll be going into our topic of today, which is digging deeper into finding ourselves. Welcome, Yulandi. Welcome, Hope Paul. Welcome, all of you. You're more than welcome. Let's just give it another 30 seconds and then we'll start with our program. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Please find a comfortable place to sit. Be at ease as the sage will be cooking and preparing a beautiful meal for you, for your mind to eat, or rather to experience. Thank you so much for joining me. I will start. I think I will start basically today by just going briefly through what we went through the last time, just to make sure that we are all on the same page. The issue of how we value ourselves, how we define ourselves, and making sure that we maximize on all the talents that God has given us. Making sure that we do not deny the world of the opportunity to experience our uniqueness that God has blessed us with. We all remember that God has given us each individually unique fingerprints. God has given us individually unique eyesight. God has given us individually unique lips, unique tongue, unique ears, unique fingerprints. Oh yeah, I mentioned that. And also, by the way, the prints of your foot are also unique. No one has got the same footprints as you. And you are so special. And further on, remember that there are a million of yous that did not make it. And then remember that you made it. Amongst the sperms that rushed into your mother's eggs, you were the one who was able to make it. For those who are joining us for the first time today, just to give perspective of what we're talking about, to highlight one of the high key aspects of what we discussed last week, was that every single time a male and a female gets together to procreate, there is a release of sperms that are released to the mother from the male, and then those sperms represent you, and the first one to get to the egg is the one that actually becomes you. And out of all there are actually over 250 million sperms that actually rush in the tube towards the egg, in the aim to form you. So you were so special that God chose you, and you are the one who made it through. And I'm honored to have you, to have your eyesight, your special eyes, your there's no one like you, basically. There's no one who can look at me like you are watching me. So I sincerely appreciate and I thank you for this time that you're giving me, that I can share also with you that which I have to offer. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, thank you for your ears, for giving me your ears so that you can listen to me. No one can listen to me the way you do. You are the most special experience of a human being that can listen to me, having those features that you have. I sincerely appreciate and I ask God to bless you, and may you find your purpose in life. May you find it so easy. May you find it so easy. And may, by the way, I just remember this story again. A question was asked. They said, what is the richest place on earth? They asked a wise man one day. And then this wise man replied and said, he actually chuckled as this young man was asking. The old man, by the way, he was a sage as well, who was being asked by the young man. He was asked, what is the richest place on earth? And then this old man replied, he said, the graveyard is the richest place on earth, because the graveyard carries the talents and the many riches of wealth of talents and information that people were fearful to release to the world. Many people have died with their talents. Many people have left the earth without affording us the opportunity to experience the value that God has given them. Many people have decided they would rather settle for fear over the glory of living their best life. And now the question comes, how, since we know that we've got a duty to express ourselves, to express the talents God gave us, what are the limitations? What are the enemies that are preventing us from becoming and expressing the best version of ourselves? What are those limitations? I took the time and the liberty to list them down. I asked that you take out not a piece of paper. I asked that you get a book, or actually for this program, I would recommend that you get a journal. A journal is just that I'm using my wife's study today. I'm busy preparing my study. From next week, we'll be using my study to do my live presentations. It will have a full expression of me. So bear with me. I'll just use this pink one. My wife uses this one. It's a book. She writes quite a lot of things. She also uses this. I suggest that you have a special book that you dedicate to this program, because this program is not just an entertainment or a program that you just come to while away time, but it's a program that is structured in a way that will help and gear us as Africans towards becoming the best we can be, expressing our talents, and thereby making Africa the beautiful place we all envision and desire it to be. So I ask you, please get out your notebooks, and as we start. Thank you. As I give you time to welcome Moses, Coach Moses, welcome Mantumo, welcome again. Buitumelo Mataboche, welcome. Welcome Jonathan van Rooyen, welcome Mpo Makopa, welcome Makahlele Nguni. Yes, welcome for your first time on our live video. You're most welcome. Welcome Mokhomotsi Vejim Marumahaye. Welcome. Oh yes, good evening, billionaire. Moreover, I like that one. I like it. I've always been fascinated with being a billionaire, trillionaire. You know, I've always wanted to be limitless in my life, and that's something that I'm thankful for God for, because I didn't let life's challenges reduce that desire, that unction, and you know, that purpose for me to be. And I'm getting there. Thank you so much for that beautiful word. Amen. Yes, I trust that all of you have got your notebooks. I would like you to write down, as I list these restrictions. You know, in any art of war, when you engage war, you need to know and study your enemy. So the enemies that are leading us to death, that are leading us to living fruitless life, that are leading us to living a shadow of what we are supposed to live. We need to identify them so that when you see them, you can deal with them directly. You can identify, hey, that's an enemy. Because an effective enemy is an enemy that is not detected. You see, like this coronavirus, the reason why it is so powerful and more powerful than AK-47s and weapons and so on is because it's undetected. It's like you're fighting an enemy that you cannot see. So let's make sure that we identify this enemy and so on. Evening, Kabelo. Welcome, sir, and Tsiriletso. Thank you much for joining us. All right, start number one. One of the things that limit us from being able to share our talents. Please, I trust all of you have got your books and you are writing. One, self-doubt. I'm going to deal with them separately after I've listed all of them. For now, I'm just listing them. Self-doubt. I trust you've got self-doubt. Number two, miseducation. Number three, self-worth and a lack of self-worth and self-love. Lack of self-worth and self-love. Number four, lack of visualization and imagination. If I'm too fast for you, please indicate. Number four, lack of visualization and imagination. Number five, fear. This one needs a whole topic. It needs a whole. This one, fear. It needs a whole session for me to deal with it because it forms part of a lot of our DNA. And then cultural limitations. Number six. Number seven, laziness. Number eight, yourself, you. Number nine, belief systems of others. Number 10, people pleasing. Number 11, ignorance. Okay, I'm quickly going to repeat them so that I make sure that you have all of them. Self-doubt, number one. Number two, miseducation. Number three, self-worth, lack of self-worth and self-love. Number four, lack of visualization and imagination. Number five, fear. Number six, cultural limitations. Number seven, laziness. Number eight, yourself. Number nine, belief systems of others. Number 10, people pleasing. And number 11, ignorance. Welcome. Welcome, Millie. Welcome, Osdorin. Welcome to our evening show with Pule the Sage, the wise one sent from God. Thank you, Lord. Oh yes, the people who joined us now. I hope you've got the list of the enemies that are fighting your destiny, that are fighting your talents from being manifested. So I'm going to start by the issue of self-doubt. Self-doubt comes from when you do not know yourself. That's why the first topic of discussion in this group was identifying and defining yourself. We dealt with that. We're still going to deal with it. Remember, I'm writing a book that will become a textbook that will teach people in Africa. Children from schools will be learning how to re-evaluate themselves and teaching them the right way to look at themselves in order to present the gifts that God has given them. This is a book. It's actually truth now. It's going to happen. It's a guarantee. It's beyond the prophets. It's going to happen. I guarantee. All right. Self-doubt. It's when you do not have confidence in yourself. Like when you have not been given an opportunity to represent what you stand for, or what you stand for, you are not confident about it because it does not resonate with the truth that is inside of you. I think you'll get me. I'm not going to go too deep into these things. I'm just highlighting them for today. And then during the sessions, we'll go deeper as we move along. And then we get into the issue here. The second one, miseducation. Miseducation. What is education? Why do we have what you call education in the first place? Education, the key of education is to make sure that the learnings of those who have come before is carried over into the ones that are coming after, the young ones that are coming after us, so that the wealth of knowledge that we have created and picked up as we moved along is not lost along the way. And then these new ones who come with who carry the new education, take it further. They fine tune it. They make sure that it's relevant, and they similar to let me make an example. There was one lady who grew up in the rural areas. This lady, she was quite correct. She got married by this rich guy who came from Senten. This guy was tired of these women who are all over, who don't have a sense of direction or a sense of what they want. Maybe this guy had his preferences were rural people. Maybe let's not give him our own assumptions. So this guy decided to marry this rural girl. So this rural girl was taught by her mother, how we iron. They used to use the iron iron that you put on fire, and then when it's hot, you use a wet cloth, and then you put the wet cloth first, and then you iron on top of the clothes with it. She was used to that, and now as she was married into this rich environment, her education was the use of the iron, the metal iron, and then she was given this steam iron to use. Because of her education, she just decided to take they call them steam laps, and then she puts the steam laps on the clothes, and then she irons with a steam iron on the clothes. She doesn't apply a new education, a new environment, and using her mind to say, okay, what was the reason for the wet lap that was given over? It was to produce steam that was coming and to protect the clothes from. So if she had the proper education attached to that action of ironing, she could have realized, or no, I'm in a different environment now. I'm in a different area. I've got an iron here that has got enough steam to give the clothes what they need. You understand? So we need to make sure that we have education, but yet, even if we have education, we still need to use our minds so that we apply the education relevantly. We don't just religiously take whatever we are given and then we just do like we are told. And when they ask you, why are you using press? No, that's how I was taught. That's what mama used to do, and this is what I know, and no need to tell me anything. This is what I know and it works best for me. And that's the attitude that is limiting a lot of us, because the problem with many people is they define themselves with belief systems that they got from others without evaluating those belief systems into their own lives and checking, okay, this belief system, this press lap, is it necessary for my life? No, man, I've got electricity. I'm not using any heat to make this. I'm just using electricity. Oh, yes, okay. So that's how you apply education. Still, miseducation is an item that I will deal with thoroughly on our later discussions. The third point is lack of self-worth and self-love. In the Bible, it says that love others as you love yourself. So in that statement of love others as you love yourself, there is an underlying statement that says you have to first love yourself. Because you cannot love others if you do not love yourself. Because the only thing that you can give if you don't love yourself is abuse. Because you are abusing yourself. So the only thing that you can give is abuse. That's why people love in a very sick way. People say they love you, but you find a mother being manipulated by her children because they are loving others more than they love themselves. Because when you love yourself, you are able to evaluate your giving according to how you love yourself. You don't overgive to your destruction. You don't overgive to your demise. You making other people more comfortable and discomforting yourself. But then you ask yourself, why am I making this person more comfortable than me? How do I balance this? And then you find people being manipulated into things that they shouldn't have done in the first place. Had they first loved themselves. This is a very important aspect. This is a very important topic because this is the foundation of engaging in any relationship. You need to first love yourself. You need to learn how to love yourself. How do you love yourself? I think I'll have to start this thing of coaching. You know, my wife is the one who does coaching, but I think I need to teach people this thing, yeah, how to love yourself. You know, I love myself so much. That is why I was able to choose a wonderful partner like my wife. You know, she loves me, you know, and we are building a beautiful life together. And I appreciate you, my beautiful wife. I love you, my children. I love you. I love you. I love you too, guys who are watching me here. You are a blessing to me. You are giving me a platform to express my love to you, which I love to do. Thank you. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, it says, lack of visualization and imagination. At schools, generally, we are discouraged from using our imagination because the current education system is more driven by process more than results. Even if you can be given a math sum today, they want to find out how you got to achieve the answer that you got. They don't really care about the answer, but they want to see the steps of how you go, which is important. Yes, you need to know how to do it. But now that kind of thinking becomes a challenge in environments where you have to deal with unknown factors. Like in our government, you find that people are so bent on process. Even if this process is so cumbersome, even this process is delaying so many progresses, so many achievements that could be done. But if a person goes out of the process that has been provided, the system that has been provided by others, and achieves still even a better result, they would not appreciate that result. They would punish this person for the process, for circumventing the process that they've been given. You see, so that's it goes back to the issue of miseducation. Fine-tuning the education to make sure that it's aligned towards progress rather than just having education for the sake of having education. And that is the things that we're going to fix through identifying these enemies against our talents. All right, and then issue of visualization. Visualization basically is taking time each day and then making sure that you project into the future, project your life and ask yourself for, okay, you know, I'm alive. What is it that I would like to do with my life? What is it that I would like to happen in my life? I would like to I would like to build a school in my community. I would like to you know, build a university. I would like to build a city, you know, in a particular area. I would like to have mines throughout Africa. I would like to write a book. I would like to, you know, take. Sometimes it doesn't have to be too big, you know. I'd like to take my cousin to school, or I'd like to buy my mom a car. I would like to buy my dad a house. I'd like, you know, what is it that you'd like to do with your life? Taking time, you can even start with 5 minutes, just 5 minutes a day. You know, in a day, you've got, I actually calculated it at some stage. Let me quickly do it, calculate it now. Calculate the amount of minutes you have in a day, just to show you. In an hour, there are 60 minutes times 24. So in a day, you've got 1,440 minutes in a day. So out of 1,440 minutes of your sleeping and waking, just take 5 minutes in between that, 5 minutes of your day, and think about the life, or think about the things you'd like to do. Just thinking about it. And as you think about it, O ka nna set a timer, just set a timer fela, and sit for 5 minutes. Make sure that you won't be disturbed. If you need to sit in the bathroom, in the toilet, on while you're not doing anything, just sitting fela, because that's where you won't be disturbed. Just take time, sit there. 5 minutes, visualize yourself doing the thing that you'd love to do. That is buying your father, whatever, your mother, your wife, your children, or whoever, and doing that. Visualize, sit down and visualize yourself. And as you're visualizing, seeing it through the eyes of your spirit, through the eyes of your mind, get full of the feeling of having done it. Like feel it. And then as you are feeling it, smile. Try this. I want you to try this. You're going to experience, some of you, I don't know whether you've experienced this before, but try it. Visualize it, feel it, smile, and then you'll feel like you've already achieved it. And that's how you achieve things, through visualization and imagination. I'll also touch on it going forward. In one of the sessions. And then we come to fear, the mastermind of man's limitation. Where do we get fear? Where did it come from? This thing is an enemy, the undetected enemy that has slithered into our lives, making itself as if it's a part of us. Hey, this thing has started again. Can you see me? Can you hear me? It says, sorry, we having trouble playing. I hope you can see me. I'll just carry on. It did the same thing last week. The issue of fear. Fear. Fear has killed many dreams. Oh my goodness. Fear has killed so many dreams. Oh, fear. You know what? Let me not waste this one. I'm going to deal with fear so thoroughly and so well. Is it fine? Okay. Thank you. Fear is so, oh my God. You know what? Please allow me to deal with the issue of fear very well. I'll have a segment where I'll deal with it. I think it could be during the week. I might go live again on Wednesday just to address this issue of fear, so that we know how to identify and deal with it in the most effective way. Because I've faced a lot of fears in my own life effectively. And I've seen that the best way to deal with fear is to attack it directly. Because what fear does, basically fear is faith in the negative. It's like having, I always tell people that faith, basically worry is a form of faith in the devil. And faith, it strengthens you in God. It connects you to God. Whilst fear, because through fear we create that which we do not want, but through faith we create that which we want. That is the two different distinctions. I'll touch on it. I'll deal with it. Please allow me to do that. Okay, we'll go now to the cultural limitations. Cultural limitation. Hey, a man is not supposed to wash the dishes. Who came up with those rules? Who taught us those nonsensical? I mean, if your wife or like if you don't have a helper to clean the dishes, or it's like, what is wrong with a man washing dishes? You eat from the dishes, you make the dishes dirty, and I think we need to review that. It goes back to the issue of miseducation, because miseducation is what creates cultural limitations. Because now people think, well, because he sees his other friend doing this, or his cousins or whatever, whoever does this, this is how he's supposed to be. But the reason why people follow people outside is because of the first issue, which is self-doubt. They doubt the relevance of how they think and see things to be. Because I think we all have some degree of wisdom given to us by God. It's just that we suppress it because of these enemies that I'm dealing with. They suppress it and say, how can I be washing dishes? I'm the man of the house, man. Indoor, man. How can I? No. Hey. and then you find yourself fighting with your wife over ideologies that are outside. But if you think about it yourself and say, Mara, you know what? I mean, really, I mean, we are partners here, you know, and you know, just something that has helped me in my relationship with my wife is that I see her as a helper to me, and she and if I was, let's say I was running this household by myself, whatever she does, I see it as a bonus to me because I should be doing it. I think that helps because it helps you to appreciate any input that you get. When you feel responsible for your own life, any input that you get, you take it as a thank you. You don't take it as an entitlement. You see, I think that is what will help a lot of us to appreciate each other so that we realize how much good we have in our wives, how much good we have in our husbands, because we value their input according to the reference of us, you know, loving ourselves like that and being responsible for our own lives. And then number 7, laziness. Laziness, guys. Laziness. I spoke about this issue, this story once in one of the videos, but just to summarize it again, it's a story in Proverbs that talks about two gentlemen who went out looking for to hunt for animals to feed on. And then the Bible says one of these gentlemen was lazy and the other one was diligent. What made them different from each other? The story says that both of them went out to hunt for game. Imagine, all of us, we wake up early. Both these guys, they wake up early. Yes, we wake up at 5 o'clock. We are all awake. We go. We run. I'm sure even the lazy guy was the fastest runner than the guy who was diligent because they all caught the game. It means they all caught the animals that they were looking for. After they caught the animals that they were looking for, that is now where the distinction of laziness comes in. It says the diligent one, he roasted his game. It means this guy, he cooked his food that he got, and then some of it he turned into biltong, some of it he sliced it nicely and sold it to others. Some of it, you know, he became an enterprise out of what he got from the game. You understand? Whereas the lazy guy didn't even waste time. After he caught it, he went to sleep. He didn't even waste time trying to cook it, you know, at least to feed himself. He's so lazy, you know, he's so obsessed of being praised by others. Yes, no money, you know, the man fast, washiana, the man, that guy can run fast. And he caught the game fast before everyone. But then, what are you doing with what you caught? He got a degree from Wits University. Oh, he got he was the first to get a degree. He was the first to get a certificate. Oh, he's so good. But what are you doing with that certificate? What are you doing with that education? What are you doing with that information? What are you doing with that internet that you have? What are you doing with that marriage that you have? What are you doing with your children that you have? What are you doing with the laptop that you have? What are you doing with the cell phone that you have? What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your talent? What are you doing, my brothers and sisters, with your eyes, your special eyes that only you have on earth? What are you doing with your special ears that only you have on earth? What are you doing with your special brain that only you have on earth? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you diligent or are you lazy? The question is to you. You are the decider of whether you're going to be lazy or you're going to be diligent. Diligence has to do with how you apply your mind. How you apply your mind. You look at what you have. You look at what you have. How do you become productive with what you have? You don't look at what is outside there, because lazy people always have an excuse of saying, no, but I still need this, I still need that. What is it that you can do with what you have now? What is it that you can do with what you have now? Are we together? Yes, we're going to number 8. Number 8, yourself. yourself. And yourself is made up of all these things. Yourself is made up of belief systems. You know, what you believe becomes your reality, and your reality becomes your action, and your actions become your habits, and your habits become your character, and your character is you. So how are your beliefs shaping your character towards the person you want to be? I said learn to visualize yourself. When you see yourself, when you look at the person you want to be, I don't know whether you've ever taken the time and decide, or what kind of a human being would I like to be? What kind of a person would I like to be on earth? Wow. I mean, from an early age, I wanted to be the president of South Africa. But then as I grew up, I realized I want to be the president of Africa. And then I grew and realized, all right, you know what? I think I can be a more effective contributor if I become a businessman. Because as a businessman, I don't have restrictions of politics, so I can actually, through my engagement with other human beings, we can synergize and build the Africa that we need. That's the kind of man I see myself as a global leader. I see myself as a powerful billionaire, multi-trillionaire, not just in rands, in dollars. That's why I associate with billionaires, so that we, you know, and you'll attract them. If you desire it, you will attract them. Not all of us want to be billionaires, by the way, and we appreciate that. But what is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to contribute here on earth? What is it that you'd like to do on earth? You must sit down and ask yourself and take that 5 minutes. 5 minutes, just five, start with 5 minutes. But what will happen is after 5 minutes, you'll realize you're enjoying it so much that you will just go further than 5 minutes. Try it. We'll do, one of the days we'll do a session where we actually visualize. We take the 5 minutes and we visualize, and you get full of the feeling of that which you desire. It's so powerful. You'll do it together with the sage. Thank you so much. And then number 9, belief systems of others. Belief systems of others. Belief systems of others includes religion, by the way. Even when you get a religion, I remember when I was definitely younger than 6 years old. I've been brought up in the Christian faith, you know. I asked myself, but I mean, similar to me, being born in a Christian faith, what if there's a child who's born in a Muslim family out there, and this child that's all they know, similar to me, that's all I know. I mean, do you think this child, you see, even at that age, I was thinking, or like, and then that thinking made me to realize, man, I think God is bigger than religion, man. God cannot be contained in a book, man. God is bigger than religion. Of what, you know, the moment you contain God in a book, it means that book has got the capacity to limit God. It means a created thing can define the creator, which is not true. You cannot put in God into his creation. Like, how do you force or put, yeah? Even Jesus said, they say the amount of miracles he did, but no book could contain them. There's so much that God is speaking, and God speaks in so many ways. God speaks in so many tongues. God speaks in many different languages. I'll also touch on it one of the days, but he's bigger than what you've been taught, honestly, because the moment you try to limit him to your limited mind, you come short, and you find yourself losing the access to his power, the power that you can get from him. By God's grace, I would like to also touch on the topic thoroughly in a full session. Number 10, people pleasing. Ooh, this one. Yeah, you know, I remember when I was young, I used to think about many things. You know, my mind was always a mind that thought. Like, I used to ask myself, okay, but if you can put a president, a person who's got a presidential material, like a presidential mind, and then you put him in a partnership, or rather in in association with taxi drivers. Not to say taxi drivers are low or whatever, but like the mental capacity, or rather the mental expansion of a president is far much greater than mental expansion of a taxi driver, because all the taxi driver is concerned about is to make sure that he gets enough check-in for the day, he gets enough people, he eats during the day. Those are fundamentally whereas a president thinks about more things that obviously impact the nation. So if you take a president and you put him, one president, and then you put him around 20 taxi drivers, obviously the interest and the sense of engagement between the president and the taxi drivers will not flow, because the frequency of mental exposure is not the same. So fortunately, presidents who are able to engage with people at different levels are able to see, okay, at this level I must engage with this person at this with these familiar topics that are familiar to them. You see, but then you cannot allow yourself as a president to be for the inputs, or rather the limitations of the taxi drivers to stop you from looking at agriculture, looking at other things that are beyond them. You understand? Saying, no, this guy is thinking at a different frequency from you. Accept that we are different. You must learn to accept that. It's so important. Accept it so much in your heart. That's how you will become able to add value in people's life, when you've accepted yourself. And the last one, ignorance. People of God, ignorance. Oh my goodness, ignorance. When you are interested in something, find out more about it. Our belief systems. Find out. You see what this belief system is governing every aspect of my life, but you've never investigated it. You've never checked it. You've just listened to your pastor all 30 years of your life, all 40 years of your life, listening to one man telling you that this is how you should live your life without thinking. Just living. And some of your pastors tell you not to listen to other people. You must not focus on, you must not be diverse. No, you are a human being. You need to expand your thinking so that your sense of expression touches more people, because your mind is expanded, and you need to open your mind up, guys. You cannot limit yourselves like that. I don't know how far I've done over 30 minutes, but this was worth it, because it forms the foundation of a lot of topics that we'll be touching on. Because remember, we need to identify our enemies in order to know them, in order to know when they approach us, in order to know when they attack us. We need to be alert. We need to be alert and know, oh, you know what, this thing is coming in disguise. Let me check it against what is it that I desire. If you don't have desires that are pegged, that are outlined, that you have visualized about, you will just fall for anything and everything. So, but thank you so much. Today, I'll just go through some of the comments quickly before I go. Thank you for joining me today. It's quite a number. Tamsi, self-love is biblical. Yes. Mokhomotsi Veji, thank God to my billionaire coach. Yes, coach. Yes. I'm putting myself first lately. Wonderful. Love yourself. Learn. You cannot love others without loving yourself. Self-love. Beautiful. Mili. Wonderful. Tamsi. Yes, you need to love yourself. Thank you, Mr. Moses. We love you more, good sir. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you so much. Tabo Mauri, visualization is key. Indeed, my brother, visualization is key. Bokhosi Butsile, yes, Bokhosi, welcome. Thank you for joining us. What you visualize materializing. Yes, that's so true. My brother. Mukhumuti, I would love to write a book, and Billionaire Coach is helping me. Beautiful. Do it with Billionaire Coach Tamsi. And by the way, guys, please invite more of your friends to this group. Remember, our next milestone, we are looking at 1,000 members on our way to 3 million members. Make sure that at least once a week you invite one person, at least one person Once a week, you say, okay, you know what, I'm gaining value from this group, and I think you will gain value from it. Just invite them. Just invite them. Even if they are taxi drivers, invite them, because we are all important. Taxi drivers shouldn't chow me here. Millie, 1,440 minutes. Take 5 minutes and think about the things you'd like. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, beautiful. You need to take the effort. You need to, I mean, 5 minutes per day. I mean, really, guys. Yes, Millie, buy yourself a house. Beautiful, and you'll buy it. In Jesus' name, you'll buy it. Yes, yes, buying a house. Yes, you'll buy that house and a car. Yes, but you must define this house. You must define that car. Is it a Bentley? Is it a Rolls Royce Cullinan? I'm fascinated by such cars, man. I love the Cullinan. I love the Rolls Royce Cullinan. I love those kind of cars, Yes, luxury car. Yes, Emily. Bukhosi, yes, but yes, I can hear you. Yes. I love the engagement, guys. Yes, we can see you and hear you. Yes. Yeah, I think I'll do the Wednesday. I think I'm tempted to do the Wednesday live again, Coach Moses. I'll definitely look into that. Millie, yes, we these lies are all over, telling us that we can't wash dishes. We'll wash dishes. We eat from them. We should be able to wash them. Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you for this engagement, guys. You're making me happy. I'm convicted. Yes, Millie, I'm happy you are. Yes. Global leader. I am indeed. Thank you, Mpo. What is it I want to contribute? Take 5 minutes, please, guys. Yes, please, take 5 minutes. If you are worth it, you are worth it. You are very worth it. You are very much worth it. Pule the Sage and Coach Tamsi, you are a weekend power couple. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Millie, God cannot be contained in a book. Yes, indeed, He's much greater and much bigger than a book. Religion separates us from spirituality. Oh, yes, Tato. That's so profound. Religion separates us and spirituality brings us together, because we are all spirit, and the truth of that will indeed bring us together. People pleasing, no. I agree with you, Coach Tamsi. People pleasing, no. People pleasing is a syndrome of, yes, I agree with you, Emily. Mr. Karabo Manchiri. I like calling your name. I don't know why. I wonder what Manchiri means. God is bigger than religion. I absolutely agree with you, my brother. I absolutely agree with you. I'm done pleasing people. They can never be satisfied. This is so true, Veggie. You are so right. People can never be satisfied. But it's good that you have landed. People must not be satisfied, so that you can measure yourself in terms of how much you give. It's good. I like that. I like that a lot. I've set priorities right. I come first. That's beautiful, Veggie. Accept what is different. Accept what is different. Tato Morobane, Zuma engaged well with taxi drivers, and it was during Zuma's tenure that taxi association. Oh yes, wow! You see, Zuma had that thing of being able to engage at various levels, because he understood the art of communication. That's beautiful. Thank you for that. And that, open your mind up and do not limit yourself. True, Millie. Oh yes, Doreen Nachal, Auntie Doreen. Thank you so much. It was worth it. Yes. Thank you so much, Billionaire Coach. Wonderful, guys. Yo, hey, this is a lot. Thank you so much, Yolandi. Powerful. Yes, invite more people, guys. Powerful, law of attraction unpacked. Beautiful, Lesejo, my cousin there. Thank you so much for joining us. Tokozo Charles Kwamisa, you said once to me that make relationships with money. Oh yes, my brother Tokoza. Oh yes. Tsireletso, you need to have a good relationship with money. We've been taught wrongly about money. We'll also deal with that. Also join my wife's Monday Life Services program when she deals with the issue of money. A lot of people are healing their money story also from that. Tsireletso Ramongalo, thank you for this. God is talking clearly, and we must not be conformed. Yes, but we should be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Beautiful, beautiful. I had attended late as was watching news from here, but I touched on three lines. Self-love. Oh yes, Motswain Lena. I would recommend that you know, guys, as far as news are concerned, I would recommend that you focus more on positive things that improve your life and reduce on news. You know, go intentionally into watching news. Like, be specific. I watch my news from YouTube and online internet. I am intentional when I do that, and I suggest that you do that because you need to increase your gauge of positivity because there's so much negativity in the news, guys. But thank you so much. 50 minutes. This is a record breaker, guys. But I love you all. I bless you, and may you all achieve your goals. Please remember, take your 5 minutes and visualize, and then we'll talk about it either Wednesday or Monday next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.